Entrepreneurs aren't born, they are made through failures, breakthroughs, and relentless hustle. Welcome to the Empowered Entrepreneur TV show. This is your host Rohit Soni, airing across 185 countries, 26 plus TV networks, 100 plus podcast stations. This is where visionaries share their unfiltered journeys, strategies, and game-changing insights. Your success story starts here. This is more than just a show, it's a movement. Watch, learn, and elevate. So, hello and welcome back to the Empowered Entrepreneur TV show. This is your host, Rohit Soni. And today we'll dwell not just into business, but also into life. What it takes to start from scratch, what it takes to learn and scale businesses, what it takes to make sure you live hand in hand in a way that you're scaling but growing together as a couple as well. So today we'll share a journey, a way of life that you can use for yourself to grow business, to grow with your partner, and most importantly, to grow overall in each aspect of what you're looking for in life, right? And I would like to introduce you to my guests for today. Before letting them be on the stage, I want to share with you a little bit backstory, right? In 2015, Steve and Melissa Fultz combined their skills and founded the Fultz Group, a high-impact coaching and consulting firm helping businesses grow through AI, sales systems, strategic partnerships, culture transformation, and market expansion. When they're not helping companies increase margins and market share, you'll find them boarding on the lake, skiing in the mountains, or cheering on the wheels at Neil Stadium. Steve and Melissa, welcome to the show. And I know we have been working for a long time, but I would love for you to give them a backstory on who you are, what you have been doing, and how you doing, guys, both of you.
Doing great. Thanks, Rohit. Really good to be with you.
Absolutely.
You also give a background on us, would you say?
Yeah.
Back.
Share with us how everything started.
Yeah.
Nope, you said a little bit of it. In 2015, we joined forces. I've got a long corporate America background, Fortune 5 companies, so Wall Street companies. And Steve's background came from a family business, entrepreneur his whole life, again, from a family of entrepreneurs. So we're kind of where Main Street and Wall Street intersect. So taking just business principles from both small business and corporate America and helping our clients and our own businesses.
Yeah. We have three family businesses. Two of those we have a partner in, another family, but we really enjoy using our own businesses as a laboratory or a platform to try out some of the things that we use with some of our clients and customers. So it makes a win-win. We know if we have an idea, we can try it out. If it works, we know kind of how it works. If there are some difficulties, we can go back and modify and all. So it's been a cool thing that we're involved in.
And I always believe there's always like a backstory. So what inspired you? What was that big moment when you felt, okay, this is something I'm made for, and this is what we can do as couples and as married partners?
Yeah, I think for me, and I'll let her talk, she was very successful in large companies dealing with healthcare companies all over the country. My background, my dad started our first family business before I was born. So I actually was born into it, but I went down the ministry path. I served in local church staffs for about 25 years and transitioned out of that and had a business that worked with churches and ministries. Dad was getting ready to retire, and he asked me if I wanted to come back into the businesses, and I was like, Dad, I've been waiting, my whole life kind of for this. And he retired. I had about a 3-4 year overlap to learn the business from him. We were actually starting to date about the time he retired. I was learning from her in the corporate world. I was trying to take things that I'd learned from the ministry world, and we really started seeing some synergies that we could be where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And as she started looking to transition out of corporate America, we started seeing a void with older business owners who are kind of afraid of technology, especially older married business owners. We've been attracting husband and wives who both are involved in the business, and we are very we put a priority on our relationship as much as we do in the business. Running a business is hard enough, by itself, but you put the family side on top of it, it adds a whole other layer. And I think we both said a good way for us to keep our relationship, our marriage, and our business intact is when you start helping other people, you've got the spotlight on you first. So it was a good exercise that kind of, we're always asking questions that we talk with our customers about. So, it's a really good reminder to keep ourselves in check.
Melissa, anything you want to share on your end?
No, and we may talk about it a little bit later in another segment, but we've always been, both of us have been lifelong learners. So something we started doing years ago, like 10 plus years ago, is that we go to a workshop together or something. We try to learn something new every year. So workshops or seminars, retreats. And so we began doing those things and learning new things together and applying them to both of our separate businesses. And now it's kind of brought us here to where we're doing this together. So we feel like we've been doing this together for 10 plus years because we've been learning together.
Yeah, and with learning comes experience, and with experience comes we make mistakes and we keep getting better from it, right? And that's what life's all about, right? And in saying that, many business owners, Steve, Melissa, get stuck between surviving and scaling, right? What was the biggest mindset shift you both made in moving from operators to growth leaders in your businesses?
I mean, something that Steve always says is you can't scale chaos. So in order to determine whether, we went through a thing in the past few years with our company where we evaluated, is it time to sell the businesses or scale the businesses? So sell or scale. Either way, we had to clean the house. We had to really understand foundationally where we are, what our gaps were, kind of just do an evaluation of current state. So either way, to scale or sell, you're going to have to do that assessment.
Yeah, we had to move from, kind of in the business to working on the business. I read, I think it was 08 or 09, I was introduced to Michael Gerber in the book, The E-Myth. And that's always stuck in the back of my mind that we had great leaders in place. I had good management. So we tried to step out of the day-to-day. Now it's hard. Sometimes we get drugged back into that. But our goal is to be a more strategic in our own companies. And we kind of coined a term, obsolete by design, because we see so many business owners who create a business for freedom. They create a business for, several different reasons. But if you don't put systems in place and if you don't work on the business, we see these business owners being handcuffed by their own business. So they basically created a job that they're a terrible boss to themselves. And we're trying to help people see how we can really scale back to help them look at it from a 30,000 foot view. And it's amazing how the light bulb comes on when people really small changes. They're like, I can do that. You talk to so many people who are so afraid to step away from the business for a week, 3 days a week. I can't do that because it'll fall apart. So we have a large group of business owners that we're really trying to help let go of some of that and let the business run without them. Because what we found, and I know this with us, we became the bottlenecks. And a lot of times the owners are the ones that are holding up workflow and processes and even profit. So
we've also found too that so much of the business knowledge and founders mainly, it's just still in their head. So getting it down on paper and putting processes in place and making sure that knowledge is captured somewhere is a great place to start.
Absolutely. And it's all about combining best of both worlds. You, Steve, have a skill, she has a skill, and then you combine and make sure it's a partnership that gets your clients results, that scales your business, gets to the revenue goal that you're having. And in saying that, before we run into a quick break, I want to ask you an important question. How do you stay on the same page as business partners in a couple? And how has that impacted your business decisions?
Good question. and it's a daily process. I mean, we love hard, we work hard, we play hard, and so we can have some hard disagreements. key, the key, I think, is learning each other's strengths, and we complement in a lot of those ways. But the big thing for us, and every couple I think is different, but it's that importance of communication, of stopping and sometimes business can be the cloud that is over us all the time. So sometimes we have to have the bookshelf where we put it on the bookshelf and work on, just our relationship without business, like a business free zone at home, so
But it helps that we actually like each other.
it does.
We are together really 24/7 with business and home, and we like it that way. I think we're an enigma to some of our friends, but that's just business and life are all kind of more. So.
It's definitely different, but for us, it's working because we work on it.
Yeah. And I believe, and this is a statement that I've seen, or I'm not sure where I saw it. It's not you against each other, it's you versus the world. So if you do that way, and if you come from that mindset, you work as a team and make sure the world gets the best product, the world gets the best system to work with you as your clients. So that works a lot. Right now, we need to run into a quick break. But when we come back, Steve and Melissa are going to share with you how you can grow your business by working with them. So it's going to be very important. So I'll see you right after this quick break. As a coach or a consultant, your focus should be on transforming lives, not struggling to get clients. That's where my company Amplify Media comes in to help you not just scale your business, but to consistently give you the revenue that your business deserves. We actually build a done-for-you lead generation acquisition system that brings in clients consistently so that you don't have to worry about where the next client is coming in. You focus on the most important thing that is scaling your business and impacting your own coaching clients. From high-impact marketing and scroll-stopping content to expert funnel creation, we take your business from point A to point B with precision. Coaches and consultants worldwide trust the company. We have over 277 plus clients, case studies all around the world, help tons and tons of businesses scale. So your next level is waiting. Let's make your brand unforgettable and visit the website today. I would love to offer you a free strategy session to share with you how we can help scale your business. Thank you. So hello and welcome back to the Empower Entrepreneur TV show. This is your host, Rohit Soni. And like we were discussing before the break, we are with our amazing guest today, Steve and Melissa Fultz. So Steve, before going into the break, we were talking about how people can grow their business, how you're helping them. Could you expand a little bit on that and share about your coaching services, your current business, and how you can help our viewers who are watching today or listening scale their businesses?
Yeah. We have found a niche, and it's really in the older generation, older married business owners. We're saying 47 and up. Not that we're all old, but we've seen a pattern that a lot of business owners are scared of technology, and they're running their business from principles way back 90s and 2000s. So what we found is I used to think I was a closet tech guy, and my daughter is very involved in our business, and she does things. And I'm like, how did you know that? And she said, Dad, I've been doing that my whole life. So we're basically trying to help business owners. We're really big, and Melissa's taught me this from her corporate world. We're really big in assessing. We're not a person that says everything is a nail and we have a hammer and we have one system. We spend a lot of time asking questions of business owners, and I'll let her comment some on that, and then I can pick it back up after that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important, to really make sure that you understand their current state. Where it's working well right now in their business and where they want to go. A lot of times I think people just set out, let's grow. I think there's a lot you got to do before you can do that. So it's taking that time to really assess, like when you go to the doctor. If you walked into the doctor and you said, I don't feel well, and he says immediately, well, it's this, and here's your prescription, and out the door you go. He hasn't done an assessment. He doesn't know what I need. He doesn't know what you need. He just gives you a prescription. A lot of consultants out there do that. They've got a one size fits all. Hey, here's this. But that's not our style.
Yeah, and we're really trying to help business owners, like I told you, free up, have a balanced life, where they can enjoy things. You can attend family events. You can, take a vacation. We're trying to do that, and that requires some automation. And some business owners, especially older business owners, have the idea that as long as I hold on to this, it's going to be done right. The problem is he or she becomes that bottleneck that prevents, growth, prevents freedom. We try to help them start using some of the technology, especially, now with all the artificial intelligence that it's here. It's people are scared to death of it.
It's not going anywhere either.
Yeah. And Melissa used to say,
as of a year ago, I didn't know how to spell AI.
Yeah.
My whole background really was in automation, though, in the healthcare world. So I'm very familiar with the benefits of automation, but using, artificial intelligence, it's a whole new industrial revelation, really. So I think that why we're so focused and naturally just attracting older business owners that are married. I mean, everybody's afraid of how do we use AI? How do we, can we impact our business with it? Do we have to use AI? So,
yeah, and we're coming from the position that AI it doesn't have to replace people, because we hear all the time it'll affect our personal touch, that kind of thing. We're talking about using AI as a systemic, like, thinker or strategist that helps free up your people, your employees, from the mundane tasks that can easily be automated, that frees them up to customers.
Do the thing that people are best at doing is like relationship building, skill, more concept. I remember say all the best bosses I had used to joke and say the best sales reps are the worst at expenses. I hated doing expenses because it's so tedious and technical. If I'd had, an app that I could just put them all in and be done, that's AI. It would have freed me up to go sell more.
Yeah,
absolutely. And while you're doing this and while you're helping your clients, what is the biggest pattern or misstep that you see in most clients of yours, that they're making that mistake again and again? They can be family business owners, they can be couples as well, usually. So what is that one big mistake you keep seeing them recurring? Okay, this is again happening, and this is why we should be working with you.
Yeah, and I don't know how to say this politely, but a lot of business owners want to be in control, and they've got, I don't know if it's a power play, I don't know, but we've always thought, I want to know the least about the topic around the table. We surround ourselves. We have great employees who know a whole lot more than we know. So I've seen over and over and over the person that's owning the business, he or she, that's maybe intimidated by turning to some automation because maybe they think the business doesn't need me. And we're really coming from a whole different worldview. We say you can own the business, you can make great profit, you can have a balanced lifestyle, you can own the business instead of the business owning you. But you have to be willing to ask some really hard questions. And a lot of those questions are in front of the mirror, because it does center around the business owner. We have seen more companies that we think will stagnate or worse because the owner has all the answers and is not willing to delegate or include or bring other people in, that if they realize these people could make them a lot of money and give them a lot of freedom if they would let go. Mm-hmm. That's one thing we see. People almost, they're squeezing so tight, that I don't know if you're trying to grab sand and it's just coming out, but they're, I don't know.
No, and I think too, a lot of the, we've always done it this way mentality. Yeah. It's, I don't know if it's fear of change, but it's we've always done it this way. So overcoming that. Sounds simple, but it's
and being open to new ideas. And, we're second generation. My dad started the business, and over the years, he bought into 2 other businesses that now that he's retired and we have them, that's the 2 other that I have another partner with. But, it's, we hear it all the time, even in our group. We've never done it that way. Why are we thinking about it this way? But our team now knows we got to start thinking differently because it's a different day in a different age. We have to be quick. The customers expect quick response. They expect you to answer the phone. They expect you to keep them, the Domino's pizza. You can order it and watch it on the app. It's being assembled. It's in the oven. Now that it's on the road to you. Customers are demanding that. We have 2 repair businesses, and our competition is doing it. We're finishing up an app right now to help fleet maintenance people. So those drivers know real time, I need to bring this in for this. Or when it's in our shop, they know it's in the garage now. We're waiting on parts, et cetera, et cetera. So those are some of the things that we're seeing over and over.
Okay, and in saying that, client retention is the key, right? And long-term partnerships are core to your strategy. So, what's one overlooked habit business owners should start doing today to strengthen client relationships? Because all these people who you'll help, they also need to learn how to retain clients, right, in their own business.
Yes.
So, what would you suggest to those business owners?
so this is one of the things I'm really passionate about, and this is something that I built out the past 20 years and practiced. I look back over my career in corporate America, and the one thing that I can say I'm most proud of is that I never in 20 years lost a customer. And I think it's, communication's key, but I was really big on quarterly business reviews and really automating the partnerships. But I think the caveat there, and this is something that you'll hear me say and that we base everything on, of how well you can partner with your external customers is a direct reflection of how well you're partnering together internally inside your business with your internal partners between divisions or departments or employees, colleagues. If you're not doing it well internally and partnering well internally, you're never going to be able to partner well externally. Same with our personal lives. Input, output, what we're filling our minds with, it shapes our beliefs and our actions. So the internal, and really is a reflection and predicts the external.
Yeah. And another thing, Rohit, similar to what you were talking about, this retention, we have found, and I've read this somewhere, I don't know who to credit, but it's so much easier to maintain your current customers and increase revenue from current customers, and probably even more economical for those customers than acquiring new customers. But we have, in our own businesses, really prioritizing our top tier. And Melissa really taught me this from her. I'll let her give some examples, but it is a big deal for us. It's a big deal to really contact continually our big customers and asking questions. And
I think we can learn from them too. To me, the voice of the customer and having those, quarterly checkpoints where you're sitting down and understanding their business and their challenges. If you're looking at the patterns from hearing your top 50 customers wearing some of the same things that they're struggling with, it helps us as a business to know where we need to focus, where we might need to develop something new or acquire or partner differently to be able to help our customers. So I think, just market pulse, there's such a value to your current customers, more so than just trying to sell them more products. It's really difference between satisfied customers and loyal partners. Is the key.
I do think, and I learned that from her corporate experience. I probably took for granted in the past our customers, and we have really made an emphasis the last few years to listen. When we want to be seen as a partner, we know 2 of our businesses are repair businesses. One's petroleum trailers and one's box vans. And we know if a customer has a trailer down, they're not making money and things aren't getting delivered all over the country. So we want to be viewed as a true partner to our customers, and that top end, however many you want to say, they really appreciate because we listen and we adapt. And it also increases our revenue because we find out other things that we can do to help them, to do their thing better. So it's been a good win there.
You work so hard to get a new customer. It's for just as simple.
Absolutely. And I feel like the way you routine or the thing is, the customer doesn't have to follow up with you. You have to do the other ways, right? What happens is most of the times when you get a client or two, you see, okay, everyone's coming in, and then you just lose yourself sometimes. And that's what I see in my own agency business. So what we try to do is make sure the KPIs are hitting what the results actually we want is there for them. And when you do that, the client sees it and they see it and they respect it. And that's what you want. You want to make sure that clients, all a client wants with our experiences, to be seen and heard. If
Yeah.
you understand and if you do that, they'll be working with you. And if you don't do that, in a
Yeah.
moment, they'll absolutely.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things that I usually consistently believe in what you were saying, Steve and Melissa, and I agree with that. In saying that, we got to run into another quick break. But
Yeah.
when we come back, Melissa and Steve will share with you a lot more on growth strategy, market share, and partnerships and growing your business. So I'll see you right out of this quick break. As a coach or a consultant, your focus should be on transforming lives, not struggling to get clients. That's where my company Amplify Media comes in to help you not just scale your business, but to consistently give you the revenue that your business deserves. We actually build a done-for-you lead generation acquisition system that brings in clients consistently so that you don't have to worry about where the next client is coming in. You focus on the most important thing that is scaling your business and impacting your own coaching clients. From high impact marketing and scroll stopping content to expert funnel creation, we take your business from point A to point B with precision. Coaches and consultants worldwide trust the company. We have over 277 plus clients, case studies all around the world, help tons and tons of businesses scale. So your next level is waiting. Let's make your brand unforgettable and visit the website today. I would love to offer you a free strategy session to share with you how we can help scale your business. Thank you. So hello everyone, welcome back to the Empowered Entrepreneur TV show season 2. This is Rohit Soni, and let me welcome my guests again on the stage, Steve and Melissa Fultz. And before the break, we discussed a lot from the strategy part, the coaching part. Now we also talk about business growth plus partnerships. So based on your years of experience, both Steve and Melissa, there's always a difference that I've seen between growing a business versus growing a sustainable and profitable one. How do you help your own clients spot where they are bleeding margin or market share? So what's the thing that you usually tell them about it?
Yeah, we like Melissa said earlier, we always start with the assessment and we ask a lot of questions. And that time, sometimes people, that's a little redundant, but it's so critical because again, until we know that person's context, culture, and all, we're not like, hey, go to this and click and it fixes it. So we ask a ton of questions. And the main reason that we're doing that is to help them as they're talking, they're teaching. And, we believe the answers, they got a lot of the answers. They just get so close to the forest, they can't see the trees. So we do have a strategic, we have a whole thing, I don't know if I can push this, but we wrote a book in March called Family Business Facelift. And it's basically a story of a couple, business owner that has 20 something kids. Well, no, 2 kids.
His age is 20 something.
Yeah.
That's a whole different book.
One is starting, one's still in college, one's out, but it's a parable that we wrote. Alongside of that, we have a companion workbook that has a bunch of checklists and assessments. And so we really ask people to go through that. They learn a ton just from the book and workbook. We have a digital toolkit that it's a lot of assessments, questionnaires, even stuff like business readiness for our own. I think most people get so down in the weeds when people ask about your IT infrastructure. I know we said, man, we have to get an investment. We're going to have to invest to up our tech stack because some of the things we're doing, we haven't paid attention to keep us ready for tech. So that is a really eye-opening thing for a lot of our customers. They're like, man, we're still on DOS. No, I'm kidding. But
you may be surprised.
They know, not long ago, a multi-million-dollar company was using a dot matrix printer. I couldn't believe it. They couldn't print something we did because it said, and I'm like, what? So all of those things, we get them to take a picture of where they are, even with with their employees and the different ages of employees, to see who is more tech savvy than who is not. And we've got one whole assessment that pairs them up. What do we call it? The tech,
just a partnership.
the tech mentorship or
Yes.
tech buddy.
We call them tech buddies, but it's the tech mentorship.
Yeah. So it's great for a lot of companies because the older generations who are scared of things, the younger generation are like, oh, this is crazy. I do this all the time. So it even helps the internal culture because you're mixing different generations. And she managed people all over the country from Gen Z all the way up to baby boomers.
Yeah.
So
I think we're in a unique place in time where you're working with 5 different, decades of generations that, see the world very differently. You've got your 20 somethings, your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, maybe even 70s. I mean, you're dealing with, how business was for somebody in their 60s. They look at the 20-year-olds and there's a huge communication gap. So, how can we bridge those gaps? How can we do, mentor up and mentor down? How can we think of, we're a mentor to, a younger generation or to somebody with a lacking skill set. But, I always looked at, I had a lot of millennial mentors that I called them that were younger that I could call and go, okay, what does this acronym mean? Of all the different alphabet soup stuff, I could ask dumb questions about tech. So providing that space and building that safe culture, is foundational.
Yep. So assessment, we really we do a lot. We spend a lot of time on, where are you now as a business? And I will tell you, it's painful. Even our own companies, like it's almost like when a check engine light comes on in your automobile. I'm not that mechanically inclined. I used to joke that I'll just put a duct tape over it. I'll just keep going. That's what happens to a lot of businesses. So we spend a ton of time learning where are you now, and then the next, it's the whole gap thing. Then we can ask where do you want to go, and then we look for steps. Again, we're not a cookie cutter. We're not somebody that says, hey, read this book and you're done. It's very much a holding your hand as we go through the system to do it. We're also big on community and learning from other people. We just started, literally, I think this week, a family business forum that's free. We're going to be emailing people. They can join that free. Inside of that, we have a few digital courses that they can explore to see if that's something that might help. But we have different tiers of information that we can get to people to see if what entry point they may need, because we really start with where the business is, where the business owners are, and go from there. And it's been a whole lot more effective than us just having our ABC. You got to go through our cookie cutter approach.
Absolutely. And in knowing that, what happens is when you understand the difference between both just growing a business versus growing a profitable business, you'll see how different activities happen, how the different systems are there in both the places. And there are people who just keep running in circles, who don't get results, versus there are people who do less, but they get done more. It's why? Because of the systems, because of maybe the right mentor, because that's the key, right? The right coach who can support you, who can guide you. And that's what I've seen every day. Like you see people who are succeeding versus people who are just going back to the same place. It's because of that. It's just the right mentorship, which is why I always suggest to my audience to make sure that they choose their mentors or coaches wisely. That's why I kind of bring the right people on our show so that they connect with the right people who have that experience of that knowledge, which is key. And in saying that, one last thing before we go into another break is you have worked with businesses on asset planning and strategic alliance, okay, all for a long, long time.
Yeah.
What's the biggest mistake leaders make when pursuing rapid growth or partnerships, according to you?
Wow. I think due diligence is key. What would you say at the top of your head?
Yeah, and we just went through this. We did an expansion in January, and we thought we had uncovered all the stones, and we thought we had a really good plan, and we realized there's a couple of things that were supposed to fall in place that didn't, and it's been challenging. I mean, we're living it. I will say we're learning, and this is one thing that we have enjoyed with other business owners. I think we learn as much, if not more, than the people we work with, and that's why we created the community of Family Business Forum. We want a place to share best practices. We're planning in the spring. We want to have like a retreat for business owners. It's really low key, not a pitch fest. It's just where business owners can get away from the business, go into somewhere nice, a resort. We all have some things in the morning, but just talk in the afternoons, really unstructured, but
like-minded people learning from each other and sharing the same struggles and wins. And we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. So to get back though, I know we're getting ready to go to a break, but that is something that we're trying to learn how to do even internally, because we have this growth mindset, but a leader is one step ahead of his followers. If you're 10 steps ahead, you're a martyr, and we don't want to become a martyr at our own business. So we have to make sure our people are moving along. We both have a pretty big motor, and I can see next year clearer than I can next month. And I got to make sure that our employees, our staff, our leadership, we're not too far ahead of where they are. We have to come along together.
The internal alignment piece of it is key, making sure everybody's on board at the same time.
Yep.
Absolutely agree. And in saying that, we'll run into a quick break again. And when we come back, we'll now talk about culture and legacy. And for any family business owner, that's key.
Yep.
So I'll see you right out of this quick break. As a coach or a consultant, your focus should be on transforming lives, not struggling to get clients. That's where my company Amplify Media comes in to help you not just scale your business, but to consistently give you the revenue that your business deserves. We actually build a done-for-you lead generation acquisition system that brings in clients consistently so that you don't have to worry about where the next client is coming in. You focus on the most important thing that is scaling your business and impacting your own coaching clients. From high-impact marketing and scroll-stopping content to expert funnel creation, we take your business from point A to point B with precision. Coaches and consultants worldwide trust the company. We have over 277 plus clients, case studies all around the world, help tons and tons of businesses scale. So your next level is waiting. Let's make your brand unforgettable and visit the website today. I would love to offer you a free strategy session to share with you how we can help scale your business. Thank you. So hello everyone, welcome back to the Empower Entrepreneur TV show. This is your host Rohit Soni. Final segment, but the most important one, right? We'll just take the final dive into understanding a little bit more about how to lead your business to the next level. And I have on the stage again our guests for today, Melissa and Steve Fultz. So before we talked about business, we have talked about coaching, we have talked about how to run a business as couples, which is the key. Now you help businesses develop future leaders, right, inside your organization. So what's the one leadership trait you believe is non-negotiable for today's world for people who are running or who are just starting out?
Yeah, I'll jump in first. I think for me, it's so important for that leader to be authentic and have some integrity. And, I heard a long time ago, I need to be me because everybody else is taken. I don't know who said it, but I think we're people of faith, but I think we're all created for a purpose. And I think I see so many business leaders trying to emulate or copy or impersonate one of their mentors or models or heroes. And it just I don't know, it just leaves it's a false sense in my mind. So I think I would encourage that upcoming leader to just be yourself. You have tools, you have gifts, you have strengths that are given you for a reason, and you can lead people better than other people if you have that authenticity and integrity and character.
Yeah. I think mine would be, it's that age-old quote. I mean, I can't even remember, maybe it's Darwin, but it's not the strongest of the species who survives or the most intelligent, but it's the one, species that can adapt. So adaptability is a big thing for me.
Yeah.
All the way around.
Especially in as a solopreneur or a founder or in a family business, adaptability is huge. And and we are second generation business owners, and we're attracting a lot of second generation, and the pressure there, your mother, your father starts a business or your grandfather, and for whatever reason you're on it, the pressure there of, oh no. I remember when Dad retired, the first 6 weeks I would walk in the office and be like, oh no, I hope I don't blow this. He was never there. I used to call it the empty chair, sitting in Dad's chair. That was it. I have a picture of just my dad's chair in the office. that So we're really trying to help second generation. They definitely have to be authentic and adapt when you're stepping in to something that somebody else created.
Yeah. Big shoes to fill, a big chair.
Yeah.
And talking about that, and this is something that we want to talk about as well. We kind of discussed a little bit before the first break. But you both have scale businesses, right? You manage travel, you have a big family life as well. And you both still seem energized. You still seem absolutely organized with what you do. So how do you keep that balance while scaling a business?
We're still trying to figure it out.
Every couple wants to know that.
Well, I do think our personalities, we're big. We love big. We live big. We work big. It's a natural extension. We dream big. We work on that. So we're kind of wide open. It's like wide open, and it may be our personalities are similar, and that helps. But what would you add?
I think we coined a term a while back, and we called it, staying in the ring. Yeah. So not just the wedding ring, staying in the ring, but in the ring when we're, having a disagreement, or when we're, any time of stress or things that make you want to run, we stay in the ring, and we've committed to doing that. And that just small little motto for us has really helped.
It has. And I think that's something that we will always work on. It's very, we're aware of that, and we want to make sure, because we do want to be authentic in our relationship too. And it's been a really cool thing because our employees see it, and I think they enjoy the banter, because we do. I mean, we're
a normal American.
We can, yeah. So, but we're pretty open and transparent, and it's been great. And I've had employees tell me they appreciate our approach and our transparency, even in our marriage relationship, but also in the way we lead the businesses too.
Absolutely. And
go back.
Yeah, you were saying something. So sorry, I was unable to hear that.
Actually, what we talked about before too, about, we love learning together. And so stretching yourself, but stretching together is a bond. I mean, it's, learning together and learning something new and taking a risk and that challenge and doing it together. And not just even learning new experiences. I'm a big bucket list person, and Steve likes to check things off my bucket list for me. And skydiving was one of them for me. One time, one and done. And he is afraid of heights, said he'd never do it, but he did it with me. So, it's even just doing things together, and we bonded over it, and it was
which I'll never do again, by the way.
Yeah. It was fun.
I shot a video. It was overcoming my biggest fear, and she didn't know I was going to do it. So I shot a video before we jumped, and then I shot a video after we jumped. And but it was good for me personally. I think I overcame it.
We stretch ourselves.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah, exactly the same thing I did last month. I swim. I know how to swim, right?
Yeah.
But that is way different than swimming in an ocean.
Okay.
From your yacht. I know it's very common in US and Europe for people to do it, but not someone from India. And I was told by someone else on the yacht as well, Indians are very afraid to do it, and that couple was German. I said to myself, you know what? I would never done it. Okay, and it's a challenge. If I don't do it today, the next time I will try to do it, I'll keep thinking that I didn't do the first time. But if I do it today, I won't even think twice once I do it again. The next time I'll be on a yacht doing the same exact thing. So I had this in mind, and I said, okay, if I have to do it right now, I'll do it immediately. Went into the ocean, I did it with a life jacket, and it's the most ridiculous experience if you do it with a life jacket. You just can't swim, right?
Yeah, but you did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. Okay. Then I said,
Yeah.
you know what? I know how to swim. Okay. I do have the rope. The pressure of the water was a little high. The current was there a little bit. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'll do it without a life jacket now. So I did it without a life jacket.
Yeah.
But what if I didn't do that? I would keep thinking or regretting about it and just waiting for the next time. But even the
Yep.
next time, because I didn't do it, that pattern wouldn't interrupt immediately. That would
Yeah.
have taken a little more guts. So the moment you feel something you can't do it, you just try it immediately and just take that fear away. That helps a lot. That has helped me a lot. And in
That's
saying that, your motto, Steve and Melissa, is do the right thing and treat others the way you want to be treated. And I know that because I've been working with you. So,
yeah.
how has living by that shift your business results, personal happiness, and your client success?
I mean, you really reap what you sow. So it's really about just integrity and character and kindness. Those things have a compound interest on them. So those are going to come back to you. If you put whatever you put out into the world, is going to come back at you tenfold. So watch what you put out into the world.
Yeah. I think we're all sowing seeds, and over time, those seeds germinate and raise out of the ground. And so we really try to live authentic integrity and treat people the way we want to be treated. And it's worked for us. It's been a good motto.
And I feel like it helps a lot when you are a couple and you see things, you run businesses daily and you see what's happening around the world. And like there's a reason people work because they want to be treated a certain way. And I see toxic environments seen all my life in corporate,
Yeah.
and my girlfriend says the same. Like corporate, as long as you're there in the position, after you leave, there are people who talk, and
Yes.
that's not good sometimes. So it's your responsibility, and you're well within your rights to should be doing it. That let other people know and let them feel safe, let them feel good, let them feel respected, because
Yeah.
a respected employee will work 10 times better than an employee who is good but not respected. So
Well,
that's how it works.
that goes. Was it Maya Angelou that said, people may not always remember what you say or what you did, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. So, that's a simple thing. Kindness is a simple thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost you anything, right?
You're right.
You rarely regret it either.
Yeah.
Awesome. So in saying that, we're in the last segment of our show. It's a quick rapid fire, okay? So don't think too much, just whatever
Okay.
comes to mind, is it? Okay.
We'll do it.
Number one, let me share with you. Favorite book that changed your perspective on business? Steve will go first.
Yeah, the E-Myth is probably that really affected me a lot working on the business instead of being in the business.
Melissa.
Um, it's business and life, so it would be the Bible. Simple.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
Early riser or night owl? Steve.
Early riser. Yes.
Melissa.
Used to be a night owl, but now I am not a night owl because
Yeah.
I enjoy going to bed at the same time as he does, super early.
That makes three of us.
Yeah.
One habit you swear was for success.
Habit I do what now?
One
Oh,
habit. you
Oh
swear
yeah.
by for success.
Perseverance. I say I really believe this, especially in business and business owners. The only way you lose is when you quit. So my deal is keep going. You got to you wake up every day and you keep going through the tight, hard times and everything else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the grass is greener, not necessarily on the other side. It's greener where you water it. So cultivate what you've got. And it goes along what he said. Don't give up. Keep growing.
First big win both of you celebrated as a couple in business.
In business.
There are lots of them. So which one was the first?
Yeah.
I guess.
I'll tell you, writing that book together, we both wrote a book in 2015, just in our separate, but writing this book together, that process was a, 3 to 4 week, very intense deal. And having that printed and birthing that book has been that's been a big win for us.
We were in the middle of a pivot to kind of where we were going in our business and consulting business. So it helped us actually writing that book together, put our focus and give us some clarity.
Absolutely. One last, okay?
Right.
If you give your younger entrepreneur self one piece of advice in 5 words or less, what would it be?
Relax. and that I think we get so I don't know. I would say, man, just roll with it. Yeah, keep going. Don't overthink it. I think we're all gifted. That's more than 5 words, but that would be.
Yep,
Nice.
I did it my way.
Yeah.
That's what he wants on his tombstone.
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra, I did it my way.
Yeah.
No, I mean, me too. It's, adaptability. Blessed are these who are flexible, and they will never even out of shape. So,
Absolutely. So, yeah, Steve, Melissa, honored to have you both on our show. It was
been
amazing.
fun.
thanks
I
for-
learned a lot. Absolutely. I learned a lot, and I believe our guest learned. Everyone who has been watching it, I believe they've taken a lot of notes. They've learned a lot of stuff, a lot of new things that we discussed on the Empower Entrepreneur TV. But the biggest takeaway for me was how to run a business as partners.
Yeah.
How to run and help your clients as partners.
Yep.
There will be setbacks. There will be a little bit problems here and there, but it's all about the end goal. And if you understand the end goal, everything works out.
Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity to be with you.
Yeah, and right now we don't have to run into any break. We just have to end the segment and the show. But it was an honor, and I appreciate both of you for showing up on the call on the show today. Thanks a lot. I'll see you, everyone who's watched the show, in the next episode of season 2 of the Empower Entrepreneur TV show. Have a great day, everyone.
Success isn't for the chosen few. It's for those who choose to show up, take action, and never back down. This is the Empower Entrepreneur, hosted by Rohit Soni, airing across 185 countries, 26 plus TV networks, and 100 plus podcast stations. You've heard the strategies, you've seen the mindset. Now it's time to execute. I'll see you next week, every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern. Go, build, dominate. Until next time, stay empowered.